Hi, today's class is going to be a strong one. It's suitable for all levels because I'll start leveling up and layering up. So if a level gets too much, there's always an option to bring it back down. The focus of today's class, as well as being strong, is going to be to find length and elongation to add in that element of flexibility to our Pilates practice. So let's get warmed up. If you can join me on the mat on hands and knees. We're going to transition between our child's pose, which is bringing the bottom back towards the heels, and our strong kneeling plank position. So in your kneeling plank position, drawing your shoulder blades down your back, drawing your shoulders and setting them down away from your ears, elongating your crown forwards, and drawing your pubic bone in towards your rib cage. So that's your strong movement, pushing away from the mat there through the hands. Taking that back to your long, flexible movement to lengthen your back. So moving between those two positions. You can take these slowly, you can take them a bit faster if you feel you need to. So this is one of my favourite warm-ups because we get warm through the knees, through the hips, through the spine, shoulder blades gliding up and down, we've got shoulders opening, we've got wrists building some strength. It's a really good all-rounder, and as I said, we've got this strength and flexibility, which is just amazing. So we're going to bring this back to seated. You can come to sit on your feet, or you can come to sit on your bottom, and we're going to come for a tall seated spine twist. So we'll just cross the arms like Cossack arms, one over the other. Sit with a tall spine, set your shoulders low, take a twist. Inhale here. Exhale, twist deeply. Inhale to return. And over to the other side. Inhale, grow taller. Exhale, twist further. Back through to center. Twist. Inhale, tall. Exhale, twist deeper. Inhale to center. Exhale, turn the other way. Inhale, tall. Exhale, twist deeper. Inhale to center. One more time each side. Exhale to turn. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale, twist deeply. Inhale to center. Exhale to turn. Inhale, tall. Exhale, twist deeply. Back to center and back to hands and knees. We're going to take this kneeling plank position, but we're going to take this taller into a full plank. So turn your toes, lift one knee, lengthen your tailbone, lift your second knee. Again, draw shoulder blades down in the back, lengthen through the crown, and lengthen from your crown down your neck, down your spine, tuck your tail. Lengthen through the heels. Draw your pubic bone in towards your rib cage, push away from the floor. So this is our position of strength. I know it gets quite tough. You're always welcome to take knees down if you need a breather. Last couple of breaths. Take it down to the knees. Come back off the wrists for a moment. If you want to take that full child's pose, you're welcome to take the full child's pose. Meet me in your high plank position. And we're going to take high plank to downward dog. So breath in to prepare. Exhale, push through the hands, lift the hips and lower the heels towards the mat. Feel free to take a change of position to settle in, lifting your tailbone high here. If plank and downward dog is too much for you, you're welcome to stick with the child's pose and the kneeling plank transitions. We're going to transition back to plank after an inhale to prepare. Exhale to plank. Inhale. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift tailbone. Exhale to plank. Draw shoulder blades down. Inhale. Exhale on transition. Inhale in place. Plank. Inhale in position. Let your breath guide you. Couple more if you've got them. Come into plank. Knees down, relax feet, and take it back to your child's pose. Settle in for a few breaths. Let the heart rate lower down again. Let your breath settle. From the child's pose position, bring yourself around to sit on your hip near the bottom edge of your mat. So this is our mermaid seat. We're sitting on one hip, we've got the legs spun around to the side of the body. The same hip that you're sitting on, you can place that corresponding hand beside you for support. We take the palm turn up, inhale tall spine, exhale side bend, inhale tall, and use your exhale for the bend. So we're finding this elongation through the top side of the waist. You'll notice that your rib cage starts to pull up and away from your hip bone. And try not to crowd your face too much. Let's keep the chest and the collarbones wide, the shoulder blades drawing down the back. Let's just go for one more here. And then we're going to find some strength next in the mermaid. So I've got an intermediate level here, which is going to be to lift the hips. So as you take your inhale tall, you're going to then exhale side bend, but squeeze your bottom, come to the knees and push your hips forwards. Inhale to sit the bottom down with control. Exhale, side bend, squeeze your bottom, thrust your hips forwards and returning. We'll do one more of these together and then I'm going to add in another level of progression if you want it. If this next level is too difficult, come back to this mermaid with the hips lift. We're going to be taking a mermaid side plank. So leave your front foot in position, but cross your back leg over so that your toes point to the long edge of your mat. We're going to scooch our hand, creep our hand a little bit longer because we've got a long side plank position to access. Otherwise, it's very similar to a mermaid. We start with the palm upturned, big breath in. Exhale, side bend, push through the hands, squeeze through hips and bottom and shoot out to a side plank position. You could come to stack the hand just above the shoulders or you could take the hand overhead for a little bit more length through the side body. Let's then gently bend the knees, bring the bottom back towards the bottom edge of your mat. You can creep your hand back in or you could leave it out there for our second round. So we're going to take the hand out, breath in to prepare. Exhale, take this slowly. You've got to push through the hand, push through the feet, squeeze through the hips and the bottom to take that extension. Breath in and out. Breath in here. Exhale, bend the knees, bring the bottom back to the bottom edge of your mat. Again, you can bring the hand in to take some weight off. Breath in to prepare. Exhale, push through the feet, push through the hand, lift the hips away from the mat. Lengthen top side of the body. Inhale and exhale. Lengthen the neck. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, bend knees, bottom comes back towards the feet. And again, you can scooch the hand in. Let's go again. We're going to inhale to prepare. Exhale, push through hands, push through feet, scooch and lift through the hips, lengthening top side of the waist. Breath in and out. Elongate your neck. And when you're ready, gently bringing it back in. And bring the weight off your wrist. Really good job. Let's head down to the other side of the mat to get going on mermaids on the other side. So we started with some mermaid side bends for flexibility, sitting on one hip, hand support in position. Upturn palm, breath in. Exhale, find length. Inhale, find tallness. Exhale, find length. Good. Bringing the rib away from the hip bone, elongating. Let's go for one more here. And adding in the hips lift for your modified plank position. So when you're ready, side bend, squeeze bottom, thrust hips forwards, kneeling. Control the hips and the bottom back to the mat. Inhale. Exhale, push through the hands, squeeze through the bottom, push the hips forwards. Good, returning. We'll do one more of these together, and you're welcome to stay with these rather than progressing on to the full side plank with me. If you are progressing onto the full side plank with me, cross your back foot over so the toes point to the long edge of your mat and slide your hand away. Upturn palm, breath in to prepare. Push through the hand, push through the feet, squeeze and lift the hips away from the mat. Either stack the arms or bring the arm into a fuller length for a bendy upper body. Breath in and out. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, bend the knees. The bottom slides back to the top edge of your mat. Good. Inhale. Exhale, slide out. Push and lift. Side plank. Inhale, exhale. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, bend knees. Bottom comes back toward the feet. You can slide off the wrist for a breather. Inhale. Exhale, slide out, lift hips away from the mat. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, bringing the hips back toward the feet, taking some weight off the wrist. Last time, inhale. Sliding out, exhale, press through the feet. Take that long top side body, breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, bringing the bottom back towards the feet and coming off your wrists for a moment. Let's come to hands and knees, or another comfortable seating position, and start to roll your wrists around. Give your wrists then a bit of a shake out, like you're shaking water off those wrists, off those fingertips. And then finally bring your hands together and just start to roll through those wrists there. Rolling back the other way. And maybe going each way again if that feels nice. Making your way onto your back now to create some more length and some more strength through the body. We've got a nice bridge sequence to have a go at. So starting in your Pilates rest position, shoulders nice and relaxed, we'll begin with a bridge with an overhead reach. So we're going to start to imprint the lower back, squeeze the glutes together, press down through the feet with symmetry, lifting the arms up and overhead at the same time. Once you're up here, squeeze the glutes a little bit to give you that extra tuck on the pelvis, and then gently start to bring your hips and hands back down together. So we're going to inhale as we bridge up. Exhale as we circle the arms back down by the sides. Inhale, bridge. Exhale, circle the arms back to the sides. Inhale, bridge. Exhale, circle. Inhale, bridging. Exhale to circle. Inhale, bridge, overhead reach. Exhale, circle the arms. Inhale, bridge with the overhead reach. Exhale, circle the arms. And again, inhale, bridge, overhead reach. Exhale, circle. This time we're going to start to take a leg lift. So bridge up with the overhead reach there. And see if you can press down through right foot and lift left knee. Lovely. Taking left foot down and then circle the arms as you bring the bridge back down to the mat. And again, bridge up. This time press through left foot, lift right leg. Take the leg down and start to circle the arms back down to the mat as you lower your bridge. Good, bridge up. Left leg lifts. Left leg lowers. And we circle the arms back down towards the mat. And again, bridge up. Squeeze the glutes, right leg lifts. Good, take the right foot down and circling back down towards the mat. See if you can do that simultaneously. So as we bridge, we're going to lift the right leg and lift the arms. Now, easier option is to keep your arms on the ground, of course. So if you're ready, we're going to press down through that left foot, bridge up, lift the right knee and the arms. Circle the arms back down as we lower
to the mat. So again, simultaneously press through the right leg, lift the hips, lift the arms. Gently bringing that back down toward the mat. Again, if this is too much, don't worry, keeping swapping sides. You're lifting hips and knee. Good. Keep that going. If you need to just bridge up first and then take your leg lift and lower, that's absolutely fine. Remember we said we were going to layer this up. You can always take it back a layer. Let's go for a couple more here. Finding that bridge and that strength. But we've got this nice length through the front of the body. Good, let's go again. And releasing 2 feet back down to the comfort of the mat. And then taking a final bridge. We're going to lift up through the hips. Take your overhead reach. Squeeze your glutes to get that extra tuck through the pelvis. And then see if you can just lift the heels so you're on the tiptoes. Stretch your knees forward, stretch your fingertips overhead. Breathe here. Relax the hands to the floor if they're hovering, and then gently release the heels. Slowly lay the spine one vertebra at a time back down toward the mat there to cushion and comfort the spine. Start to then scoop the knees in toward the chest for a knee hug. Now you're welcome to stay here, just gently hugging the knees in, getting some nice rounding into the low back. If you are quite a flexible, bendy body, I'm going to ask you to take long legs and pull those in. Again, even bendier, more flexible bodies might be able to take those legs overhead somewhere. If you are coming to try this, I don't want any pressure through your neck. Your head should be quite easy and free, no pressure in the neck. Weight here is in the shoulder blades, and you can hold on to your legs wherever you want to. Please be sensible with this. Listen to your body. It isn't for everybody. Deep breath. And then gently, gently releasing, relaxing those legs back to the mat. In your Pilates rest position, cross your left leg over your right and start to just turn your legs over to that right side. So make sure you're nice and comfortable here. You've got your pelvis turning to the right. We're going to add in a little bit more length to this stretch by extending the top leg, your left leg, and reaching your toes forwards. You might be able to grab your ankle, your sock, your toes somewhere there and find some length. So we're trying to elongate and lengthen the outer left leg and hip. Keep shoulder girdle in the center of the mat if you can. So shoulders on the back of the mat. Release your toes, bend your knee, bring your leg back in and hips to center. We'll go the other way. I'm just going to shift a little bit closer so I don't kick into my wall here. I'm going to cross my right leg over my left and tip to the left side. Again, for further length, to create a little bit more, we're going to straighten that right foot, or that right leg, and grab on where you can. That might be a toe or a sock, and create some length down the outer right leg. Unwinding that leg for me and bringing yourself around to a comfortable seat. So I hope you have felt a mixture of really strong and really long and flexible today. I hope you've really enjoyed doing the class with me. Please have a look at some of the other videos, like them, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.